Okay, so this is going to be just a short video showing some of the recent stuff that I've been working on. So as you can see, we are inside Unity and I have a node editor. This is based, not even loosely, this is very strongly based on previous work that I had done on a node editor before. Let's just go in and get, oh, come on, don't be silly. There. And, oh, let's call it test. Okay, create. And, right, we have a float node. Let's create another float node. And let's do add. And let's go ahead and do another float. And let's go ahead and do a multiply. Something like that. So for example, I can click here, connect it, click here, and connect it. And let's connect these two over there. And this one over here. So everything is 0. But let's change that. Let's go ahead and give this one a value of 4. And you can see right away, 4 plus 0 equals 4. The product does not change because 4 times 0 still equals that. Oh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. Alright, well that is a horrible bug. That will have to be fixed. Huh. Alright, well, I wonder... Not sure what happened there. That's displaying properly. That's displaying properly. That's displaying properly. But it is not multiplying properly. Product equals 0, product equals 0. Alright, well something is clearly wrong. It's very likely that I have not set up the multiply node properly. But in any case, I was working on this months and months ago, and just recently I put in an application to work on an RPG, and the coding test for that job, let's go ahead and unload this, was to make the back end of an RPG. So, saving quest data, saving player progress, saving the stats of the player, and then of course when the player quits the game and starts the game again, loading those stats from a save file and initializing all the values properly. So let's go back and load test. Alright, so clearly I have not set up the product node properly. Yeah, let's just delete, 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 get rid of those. So I started working on a quest system, and I started modifying some of the code that I had for this node editor to work with a quest system. So I wish I had something more amazing to show than this, but this is what I've been working on recently. So, for example, you can give it a name like where are my pants? That's the name of our quest. This is an optional quest because really, who needs pants? They are optional. We can say if it is timed or not. So is there a time limit? And if there is, then we get these other fields that will open up. To be honest, like this field and this field, the time started and time remaining, you probably don't want to expose those in a node editor. Really, like these will be set during gameplay, and the game designer should not see these during design time. But in any case, I made them available just to make sure that I could properly show them and hide them. But in any case, they're not really needed. So let's say there's a time limit of 15. We don't know if that's minutes, seconds, hours, days, whatever, but say it's 15. We can create a sub objective, and again, a lot of this doesn't really have any meaning. This is just a list of events that are active on an objective target, but I'm not displaying most of the information either for quests or for objectives. So yeah, a lot of it is just still hidden, and I haven't done the GUI for it yet. So let's say this objective is go to the closet. And we want this to be a go-to, and again, this selecting these doesn't really mean anything at this point. Sorry, go to. This one should be arrive. But in any case, we can do that. So here's, say, objective 1. We can do a second objective. Bam. It gets properly numbered. We can move it, say, down here, out of the way. Go to the closet. Say, put on pants. See, already I have broken it because I do not have anything that really applies. Like, is it using pants to put them on? I guess it could be using them. It's definitely not escorting, assembling, attacking, talking to, using a skill, observe. It's definitely not those. So maybe it's this. But then here, again, I have the same problem. I don't have a good event callback to equip here. Yeah, so to be honest, that's it. I can unload the graph, and then if I decide to load it again, I get my nice little pop-up here, and I can load test. And everything is saved exactly as it was before. Even this one was scrolled down to the previous position. So yeah, we still have my name. It's optional. We have the time. We have our time limit. The status was available. 2 objectives. Our names are correct. The types are correct. The events are correct. So everything is being serialized properly for these. But again, behind the scenes, when you actually play the game, none of the information here is actually being used by my game system as yet. So I guess I'm just working on designing the GUI, and I'm kind of postponing the working out a nice event system and setting up delegates and events and callbacks and all that kind of stuff for later. I'm sure a lot of designers will say I'm putting the cart before the horse, and they are most likely right. I probably should be working on that hard stuff now and worry about how everything looks later. Yeah, but in any case, that's what I've been working on.